Hi, this is 29.4B, and this is Mr. K's. We've been discussing the peace treaty that ended World War I, called the Treaty of Versailles. And it did not go well for Germany, but they had no recourse. They had to sign this treaty. When they looked at it, they were not too happy. Important part of it was Article 231, the War Guilt Clause. The War Guilt Clause. Sole responsibility for the war is placed on Germany's shoulders. Sole responsibility for the war is placed on Germany's shoulders. That didn't seem quite fair because Austria-Hungary and Serbia started the war, but Germany was a key player, and so they were given the war guilt clause. That was solely on their shoulders. They had to pay war reparations to the Allies. War reparations, R-E-P-A-R-A-T-I-O-N-S. They had to pay $32 billion back for the destruction they caused. Territories were stripped and the military was downsized. Territories were stripped and the military was downsized. They were not happy at all, but they had no other alternative but to sign the treaty. That did not make them heroes back home in Germany. Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Russia lost land. Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Russia lost land. And new nations were created. New nations were created. The U.S. rejected the Treaty of Versailles due to alliance system of the League of Nations. The U.S. rejected the treaty due to an alliance system of the League of Nations. Now, wait a minute. It's President Wilson that proposes this plan, but his own U.S. Senate in Congress refuses to okay it, which makes it non-binding. Why? Because they were afraid of the alliance system, that it would drag them into another war. So the League was a paper tiger. The League was a paper tiger. That means they were only powerful on paper. In reality, they did not have much power. Germans were bitter of the War Guilt Clause. Germans were bitter of the War Guilt Clause, and that sets the stage for World War II. Germans were bitter over the War Guilt Clause, and it sets the stage for World War II. And it's sets the stage for World War II, and it's a peace built on quicksand. A peace built on quicksand. 20 years in the future, they were going to have another world war. It was inevitable. Well, this is Mr. K's 29.4B signing off. Bye-bye.